see this, you can never unsee it again. This will be your secret to success. Now on 8th December, I finished trading by 10 o'clock. It's just half an hour right here. Made about 9,000, almost 5 figures. The day before on the 7th was done by 11:20. That's about 2 hours. And I made about 20,000 on that day itself. Done. On the 7th, I traded a little bit longer throughout the entire day. 50,000 just from day trading alone. On the 6th, I share my trades. Done on 30 minutes. Take a look at my trades right here. And I took almost 95 contracts for those trades there. The day before on the 5th, I finished within the hour again. Right here, as you can see, all my trades right here. And I reloaded to 100 contracts for these trades. Also a 5-figure day. On the 4th, also done within the hour. As you can see all my trades right here within the hour. This one only 45 contracts. So it's a little closer to a 5-figure day. And the day before that also done within the hour right here. As you can see all my trades here. And this was also a 5-figure day. Now I want you to be able to see that it is absolutely possible to do this every single day. Be done by within the first 2 hours of the day. And as you can see, almost all green trades, and most importantly, it doesn't matter, can be calls, can be puts. I'm not just making money on one direction. I'm making money in this chop right here. And that's only because you're able to train your eyes to be looking at the algorithms. And it's very important when you are able to do that, because let me just show you very quickly what does it really mean. Right at this point here, I took a call. Yeah. So if you take a call right here at this point, you were waiting for the breakout. If you manage to take a call here, you have to understand what is your risk to reward. And you can see right here, the risk to reward is quite impressive. It's about 11 times reward to your risk, just because you understood where the head can be and you realize that this will be where the structure will start to fail. Now this is important, right? Because where can you learn to make a decision whereby you can make almost 5-figure in one decision by risking just only 1/10 of your capital? And so this is the importance of structure. So likewise, when many of you missed that news candle at 10 a.m. It's the exact same algorithms, right, as I mentioned. And you see how the bulls were defending that teal, which was a bullish algorithm, and you had to wait. You know, if a newer trader, I would advise you to wait for this, right? So if you see the red candle appearing, that's where you start entering, right? Because you see the red candle was defended by the green algorithm and started pushing out of the blue. However, before the news candle, this is where you have to set your stops, right? If you manage to enter early, right, where it started bouncing off that blue, this would be your risk to reward, right? It's still 5.5 because this candle gave you that full move within that 1 minute. So is this a good trade to start preparing for, especially when you're able to identify the algorithms? Not only in trading can you make decisions like that, where you can use $1,000 and make it into 10,000. 1:10 risk to reward, just because you understood what you are looking out for. Now, this is not easy, right? I'm not trying to say it is. It takes years of experience. It's going to have a lot of pain. You must be willing to suffer. You must be willing to study. You must be willing to learn. Firstly, I want you to take a look at my YouTube channel. And this is after my professional career. Do you see me upload a video every single day, almost every single trading day? I report to work every single day. I study markets every single day, even after doing this for almost 20 years. You just have to put in the work. It's not easy. Put in the work every single day. You have to learn what you're trying to do, and this takes a lot of hard work. It's not easy. It'll take you months, take you years before you can even get to some level of satisfaction. But my question to you is this, especially those of us that don't have a fighting chance in this society, especially those of us where the society banishes you into mediocrity. They say you are not good enough because trading is an elite level of activity. Trading gave me my identity. Trading allowed me to know that I am one of the best and able to compete with the best in the world. Trading made me a winner when I was a nobody. And tell me, what activity in the world can you just log on to your computer, have a couple of clicks, make 5 figures in 1 hour, almost every single day, and give you that power to make that decision that can change your life? And this is not a gamble. This is a calculated, this is an intellectual, this is a skillful decision. And it's important because it's not just the profits, but it's the skill. It's the ability to be able to do this for the rest of your life every single day. That gives you purpose, that gives you identity, that tells you that you are the best in the world. And where can you go whereby you can receive such opportunities in your life? Who's going to give you a qualification to a Grand Slam in tennis or let you join the major leagues? Those are impossible dreams. But this is within reach. And more than that, it can be learned without spending too much money. You have to remember that. Don't overspend on learning this. Lots of things free on YouTube. Even my Discord is not that expensive. Don't overspend on this. Yeah, because the most important thing about learning how to trade is to master yourself. You are the one clicking the buttons. You are the weakest link. So until you can get there and become better yourself, it's not just about the trading. It's about yourself. A lot of people spend a lot of money trying to compensate for who they cannot be. Instead of working on themselves, they spend money to compensate that. So don't be that kind of person. I don't want you to be spending $5,000 on a course. That's not the way. Paper trade this, get better, understand yourself as a trader, let the market reveal your weaknesses and the devil in you, and fix yourself. Because remember what I tell you. Even though this is a skill, the person clicking the buttons is always the weakest link. And that's you, and that's me. So you have to overcome this. And what's my solution to this? Firstly, don't overpay for stuff. Please don't be doing that. There is no secret formula. No course is going to save you, right? It starts from you studying every single day, and you have to be studying the right stuff. You'll be studying things that actually work. And in order for you to do that, you need to develop this very important word called discernment. When you have discernment, you are able to tell what's right and what's wrong. And you're able to direct yourself into learning the right thing. And after which you need to keep yourself accountable. And it comes with having a community, people with the same goal. So if you're joining a Discord server, you don't join somewhere where the people are just there to talk trash. The people are just there to confirm their own biases. The people are not there to want to learn. They're there to distract you from learning. Join a good community and be not just a participant, but also a contributor. Be a valued member of that community. And when you are accountable, when you are capped to a high standard yourself, that's how you are going to grow. So this is a journey. This is a lifelong skill, and I've shown you how amazing this can be, not just financially. Trading made me think I'm a winner. I think that's more important, well, arguably, than what the money can give me. But when you think you're a winner, you will go really far in life. Now, God led me to trading in my younger years. I never understood why. Now, the trading fraternity is a harsh one. It's ruthless. It's something that does not extol the values of what I believe in God. But I've learned to see another part of it. And I always tell my members that my first boss drove a Prius instead of a Ferrari. And that means something, right? Because I learned the right values from the right people in an industry that's supposed to be deviant from what we truly believe. I've learned how to manage risks more than just making profits. I've learned to be accountable and to put in the work when everyone else decides to party and I'm in the office doing analytical work, studying, preparing for the day ahead. So it's really important that I've learned to be in the right community, to be with the right people, to keep you to a high standard, and to, most importantly, introduce the right values to you in order for this to be sustainable, in order for this to last you your entire lifetime. You can learn a trick or two, make so much money right now, but if you don't develop the right values, you will lose them one day, because in our lives, what endures are values. Your values will endure. Your values will determine your behavior, your habits. They will endure, not the act of doing something itself. So if you're making profits today and you have no idea why, you don't know what values caused you to do that, that's not permanent. You're going to lose it one day. So always remember that. Yeah. Now, this is a really different video from what I used to do. I just thought of doing this without the proper script. I thought it was important because we are starting the new year next year. As we wrap up this year, it's important you think, why are you doing this? Why are you trading? I don't want you to be wasting your time here. I don't want you to be doing this with a false promise. Because if you really want to do this, you have to put in the work. You really have to. And sometimes even putting the work does not give you results immediately. You will turn the corner, but the question is, where is that corner? It may take years, it may take a long time. So this is no quick fix. This is a skill you have to properly learn. You have to properly accept that you will be exposed to the market. The market is going to reveal what kind of trader you are. Your worst habits, the demons in you, is going to rip you apart, make you realize you cannot explain certain behaviors that you exhibit on the trading floor. And that's very telling, and that will be even harder than the skills you need to learn for trading. So I can teach you all the algorithms. You can figure this out. It's not hard. It's easy. But it's dealing with yourself subsequently that will become hard. But my word, let me tell you that if you don't deal with yourself on the trading floor, one day life is going to deal with you. And somehow I feel that being exposed on the trading floor is a form of mercy that I fixed myself on the trading floor when I'm dealing with the market privately. It makes me so much better person that when I meet my family, when I meet my children, that I realize I'm a better person overall. And I have the market to thank for. So if you don't deal with your demons, you avoid them. The market reveals them to you and you avoid them. One day they will catch up to you in some other area of your life. And by then you realize it's too late. So I love the market. I really love it. I love it for obviously the financial gains, but it comes to a point that I'm paying more taxes than I am earning. It doesn't even make sense for me to make more money now. But I love it for the introspection that I receive from it every day. Every day I am exposed to this refiner's fire, where I am challenged if I am a better person than I was yesterday. I tell you, it's something that it's not just about money anymore. Obviously the money's great, and I hope you get to experience that, right? Making 5 figures in half an hour for a sustained period of time. I tell you that the euphoria at the start of that, it's just amazing. It is. I will never forget that feeling. But what I'm trying to tell you is that trading is so much more than that. And if you can see how much more it is than just money, you will value doing this. You will value learning to do this. You will value how to integrate this in your life. There is a certain learning curve to this, certainly, right? Just with everything in life. But once you get the basics sorted out, I think this could be the best thing that can happen in your life. And I mean the right way of trading, not gambling. Many of you gamble and you think it's the best thing that happens to you. And I'm bewildered because gambling is the worst thing that can happen to you. So if you come to the trading floor and treat it with disrespect as a gambling den, then you will be thrown out of the trading floor disgracefully. The market will do that for you. One day it will. So always remember that. And it will expose you for who you are. A gambler, not a serious trader. And you don't belong on the trading floor. That's what the market will tell you. Now, what a weird video. I decided to do this unscripted. I felt that there was a need to do this. So if you're still listening to this, well, thank you. Thank you for listening. And I hope this valued you in some way or another. Right, back to the technical analysis, right? Where do we go from here? Well, we have managed to close the cup again. There's another cup here, right? You notice there is a handle here. We broke out of the handle, right? We broke out of the handle here and we started forming the cup, right? And we formed another cup here. Now, we are to be heading up further. Look out for that same handle, right? It's the exact same algorithms. Now, maybe a larger liquidity has to be built from here. So I do expect maybe something even larger. So you have to be very careful. It may even go all the way down back here like that. When the market starts building more liquidity on the way up, this can also absolutely happen. So you just have to be prepared, right, at this level here to not be caught by surprise. It can go up quickly, but whatever it is, you have to look out for that liquidity build that activates this orange buying continuation structure. So pay close attention to that, whether there is buying strength in that continuation from that liquidity build right here. Now, however, we do have some tapering here, and you notice we bounced off that green so beautifully here. Massive liquidity here, right? So if the market wants to dump, it can certainly do so very, very easily right here at this level. Absolutely possible. So pay close attention to that. And when that happens, this is a tapering, right? So when it tapers, we will have to close the cup. And remember, we have to close it by 453 yellow right here. So if it dumps, we head to 453, form a handle, and go back further down. Quick question, who's at 453 level right now? Absolutely at 453, 20-day moving average. No coincidence right there. So pay close attention if we do start dumping all the way down here, especially when we have CPI and FOMC this week. Big week this week. So you have to pay very close attention to all the news events, whether it's CPI or Powell, and trade as structured demands. We have figured out all the algorithms at this range here. So you just have to be looking out for the algorithms before you decide to take a trade from here. Now, if you're swing trading, as I mentioned, there are several boundaries that are in play here. Firstly, top of the Bollinger. Secondly, 5-day moving average. Thirdly, your 20-day moving average. And fourthly, your bottom Bollinger right here. Now, I have 4 videos here. Very importantly, I want you to be watching this, and I've included in the description for the links to the playlist. The first is a Sunday video where I talked about the 5-day crossing below the 200-day moving average, and it will bounce off that bottom Bollinger. And that happened right here. So I have that video in the playlist. The second one, I talked about 5-day crossing above the 20-day moving average. That happened. The third one is if we bounce off 5-day moving average, we will always retest upper Bollinger. That happened. And the next one will be, I called the top right here, and take a look how we started trading here for 3 trading weeks. And what was the indicator here? I mentioned that the 20-day moving average is too far away, even including the bottom Bollinger, and we needed time for the market to start catching up. That's also called a basing move. And for 3 weeks after that, we traded within that same range, as you can see here. And in my last Sunday video, I talked about looking out for the bottom Bollinger flattening. You have to look out for that and wait for that 20-day moving average. Several videos, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. Right, so 5 Sunday videos you have to watch if you want to understand the trend indicators. And if you watched all 5 along the way, and you will see that we have completed every single one of the prediction based on the trend indicator. And the market was sincerely very kind to us. So thank you for watching this very weird video, but I hope that you managed to get something from this. And for some strange reason, if you like this kind of format where I talk to you about my life experiences or even some of my deeper feelings from what I see about trading and also what I see from you, I have this deep desire for you to succeed. I really do, especially from the bond that I formed with so many of you in the Discord server. You know, we are strangers, but yet we battle together every day. Now that means something, right? If we are fighting in the market every single day, we are comrades. Now, it means something much more, and it means something to me that you succeed, and therefore this video, and I really hope you do. So think carefully this coming month, and prepare yourself for 2024. It starts today. It really starts today, and you have to do this properly. You have to do this properly, especially many of you still gambling, many of you still taking this lightly. I hope I have at least instilled some professionalism in you, some rigor, some strong work ethics, and for you to see what it takes for you to succeed. And most importantly, to God be the glory. Thank you very much for watching.